Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to Elements of Success. I'm your host, Talha Jarad. We are talking about one of the grand universal laws. We are talking about the law of divine will and decree. And we are saying that understanding this law could completely change your life. We said before that whatever happens, this law states that whatever happens to you happens by the order of Allah and by the will of Allah only. Now, knowing and understanding this law could make you a completely different person, could completely change your life, could make you look at life from a different perspective. As we said, a lot of people might know it, but very rarely people apply it when things really strike them and things happen to them, and they face challenges, turmoils, the problems in life. Then this is where the difference of people will show. You will see that different people will react differently to different things. And we said before that it is not something that you take as an excuse that it's decree, it's divine will, and you just leave it as is and say, well, it has been written upon me. As a matter of fact, Quran condemned those who didn't try to change their situation. You have to try to change your situation. Listen to this verse. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said to us in this verse, it's very amazing. He said, as those whom the angels will take their souls, that's at the time of their death, the angels will ask them, what were you engaged in? They will say, those people, they will say, we were oppressed in the land. We were oppressed in the land. So this is an excuse. They said, we were oppressed in the land. We had a lot of oppression against us. We couldn't do anything. Oh, it is our decree. It's our destiny. We were oppressed. The angels will say to them, this is the important thing. Angels will say to them, wasn't the land of Allah so spacious that you could have migrated in it? You could have migrated somewhere. This is a very important aspect of understanding this law. That to understand this law is to live your life by the order of Allah, but not to settle and say, well, this is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wanted me to be in this situation, and that's it, and give up and throw your hands up and that's it. No, you have to try and thrive to change your situation. You have to strive to change the status that you are in. As a matter of fact, this is also a decree from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that you have to work hard on getting your situation changed in the most and the best way possible. Now, the other part of understanding this is that all human beings in this life, every single human being in this life will face challenges, problems, turmoils, fear, all of different kinds of things. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned that in Quran, and surely you will be tested or tried with different things, with hunger, fear, lack or decrease of wealth, crops, and so on and so forth. But he said, give glad tidings to those who are patient. Those, when something befalls upon them, they say, we are Allah's, and to Him we are returning. We are Allah's, and to Him we are returning. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said then after that those people will be giving the blessings of Allah and from their Lord for such behavior, such acceptance of what happened to them, and the way they handle the situation. If something happens to the person, he knows for sure that this is something that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has pre-written, has prescribed upon this person, and he takes it in this perspective, and he or she should try to change the situation to the best. This is also a decree from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to change the situation. Now let me tell you what also we should do when something happens. Salama, one of the companions, she had a major catastrophe in her life. She lost her husband. She used to love her husband so much. So she lost her husband died. So the Prophet said that you should say, we are to Allah's and to Him we are returning. O Allah, reward me for my problem and replace me with something better. You see, this is the secret. You give everything to Allah and you ask Him for help, to help you in the situation and to change your status. Now Salama, she said when she was told about this, she said it, but she thought in her mind, who would be better than her husband? She loved him so much, he was so perfect to her. So she at that time, even though she said it and she believed in it, she trusted, she had this thought in her mind, who would be better? She believed that Allah would replace her, as the Prophet told her, that whenever, since you are in this situation, say it. And this is not only for her, but for everybody, that you always say, whatever happens, you say, we are to Allah's and to Him we are returning. O Allah, reward me for my turmoil and replace me with something better. So what you do, you just completely accept that this is from Allah. You completely put your trust in Allah to change your situation from the case that you are in to something else. You know what happened to Salama? She got married to a person better than her husband. And who that person is? It was the Prophet himself. The Prophet, peace be upon him. And then she became a mother for the believers because of this marriage. You see, Allah changed her situation because she accepted this, and she believed in this, and she put her trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to change her situation. And these are the steps that we have to go through. If something happens to you, go through these steps. First of all, you rest assured that this is in the hands of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that this is something that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala prescribed. And you put your full trust in Allah, and you believe that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has put this turmoil forward for you for a reason, and then you seek His help. You ask Him for help to give you even better things in the future than your current situation. You see, Islam teaches us to look forward, not to be caught in the situation that we are in. And this is very important for success. If you get caught in a situation, you will never achieve in life. You have to know how to deal with your challenges, problems. And as we said, all people will face challenges, problems, turmoil. This is part of life. This is actually what life is all about. There is always a challenge that you have to face in your life. Whether you are living anywhere and at any time, whatever you are, wherever you are, Muslim or non-Muslim, you will face challenges in your life. This is something everybody will encounter. The difference is how we handle it, how we deal with it, how we look at it, and what perspective. And as Muslims, if we understand the law of divine will and decree and apply it, will be completely different. Now here is another very important thought. It's not only that, but in that time of hardship, difficulty, there is also another blessing. Every problem that you face in life, it is an opportunity for you to grow. It's an opportunity for you to find something completely different that you might have not looked at before. Look, we all know probably this verse that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, verily with every hardship, with the hardship there is an ease. With the hardship there is an ease. So the scholar said, well, Allah defined the hardship. He said, with the hardship there is an ease, with the hardship there is an ease. And He defined it, He clearly said the hardship, and He said ease. So they said with every hardship, with one hardship, there are two eases that come with it. Two eases. Now whether you realize it, you try to find it, you look forward for it, or you just get caught in this feeling of I'm in problem, I'm challenged, I have this disaster in my life, I have this catastrophe and I can't handle this and this and that and that. It's up to you. But it's how you look at it. This what makes you different. This what makes you successful. Knowing how to handle the situations that you are in. Knowing how to deal with As we said before, your internal processes, your thoughts, which is the most critical things for you, which is the most important thing. And Islam teaches us to deal with these thoughts in such a way that you understand and apply the law of divine will and decree. And you have the complete peace of mind that, as we said, this is from Allah. He wanted it to happen, and I have to look for the best out of it and what the message is. And if we understand all of these things and try to change the situation and accept and be satisfied with it, then a lot of things will happen to us. Now, the sooner that we accept what happens to us, the more productive, the more successful we'll become. Again, the sooner that we accept the situation and the quicker that we absorb it, the quicker that we get over it. The Prophet ﷺ said, verily, the patience is at the first shock. The true patience is at the first shock. So now the Western researchers, they found out the sooner that the person deals with the challenge, turmoil, problem, disaster that happens in his life or her life, the sooner that he knows how to deal with it, the sooner that he can accept it and deal with it and confront it, the faster he can get out of it and be relieved. You see, some people get caught in a problem for the entire life. They live in a situation, they live in a sad memory, they live in an incident that happened to them, and they never get out of it, and they destroy their lives by their own hands, failing to understand the law of divine will and decree, and failing to understand that its application, that you are responsible to get out of the situation and find your way out of it and find the good in it. As we said, with every hardship there is an ease. With every hardship there is an ease. It is a promise from Allah. So try to find in every challenge that you face, what is it that I can get out of this challenge that I am in to go to the next level, to grow. Now, if you think this way, and if you understand and comprehend this concept and live your life trying to deal with the situation as they happen in this manner, there is no limit of what you can achieve in life. Now you've become released of all of the things that pulls you down, all of the things that drag you from achieving. This is critical for success. Remember, we are talking about success in the most important way to achieve the maximum that we can in life. And to be able to unleash our potential, we have to understand how the universe works, how the world works, how every part of it interacts with each other, and how we work internally, the processes that happen in our minds, in our hearts, in our souls, and how to deal with them. And understanding all of this thing will help you understand yourself better. Hence, you understand your world better, and then understand how to achieve more and more and more. So, the law of divine will and decree states that whatever happens to you happens by the order of Allah. Not only for you, but also what happened in the entire surroundings of you happens by the order of Allah. And it happens because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wanted it for you. It happens because there is something in it that you have to understand and you have to comprehend, and you have to find a way that you can benefit from it. Remember, I leave you with this thought, the verse that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, verily with the hardship there is an ease. Verily with the hardship there is an ease. Find the two eases in every hardship that you face. Find the two eases in every hardship that you face. Thank you for watching. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.